something out of every experience. You know, sometimes sports analogies are blown out of proportion, and all I can do is take from my own experience, and I wanted to share that with you. So when I was younger, I was very fortunate to be involved in a lot of different sports. And one thing that I did talk about on here, I want to touch on again. You know, after many, many years, a couple decades, I actually met with or had lunch with the guy that I grew up with. It was a quarterback, and I was a receiver. And in the last game that we played, it happened to be a state championship game. I remember that he looked at me, I looked at him. We kind of nodded to each other. We knew exactly what was going to happen. It was kind of a telepathic kind of a thing that happened. And so I went right for the end zone, and with maybe 12 seconds left to go or something like that, he overthrew me in the end zone. And when we sat down and we had lunch together, the first thing that came out of his mind, I never did think this was going to happen. He said, do you remember that incident where I overthrew you in the end zone? It was my fault. And I said, well, what'd you get out of that? His name was Zeppy. And he said, well, he learned a lot from that, and he's reflected back on it throughout his life. You learn something from every experience, whether it's actually perceived as a success or even not, as long as you put yourself in that position. Now, this is the same guy when we played baseball together. I was a left fielder and he was a right center fielder. When a ball got hit into the left center gap, as it would say, there was actually a track. And if the ball hit the track, it's a track that people run track and field on. If it hit that track, it was rolling for 50 yards, and somebody had to run down and get it. And what this guy would do is he would slow down and make me run down the track to get the ball, the same guy, right? So I don't know what the answer to that is as far as experience, but and even why I said it. But you do get something out of every single experience. Remember that no matter what it is, whether it's successful or otherwise, you've heard other people say it before, you've got to learn from it, take from it, and realize that is you, and that's what makes you up, and that's what makes you different. And you always want to make sure that you're different. So learn from every single experience that you have, because that's all you have in life, or experiences.
And that's what you got from his experience with him.
That's
why you said it.
What I got out of his experience was a little bit shocking, because he was thinking the exact same thing I had. And we have one thing that we share, the two of us, is thinking about that stupid play over 30 years ago or more frequently. That's not something I think about every day, but frequently I think about that. And what's amazing is so does he. And one thing is, if I caught that ball, or if he threw it or it was catchable, really, I may have dropped it if he threw it where it was catchable. It doesn't matter. It didn't change my life. That's why when I look at a Super Bowl, for example, both teams that got there are amazing. Whoever wins, that's great. Maybe if they play again, it'd be 3 out of 5 times somebody else might win. It doesn't matter. It's the experience. I mean, how many people can really tell you who won? Doesn't really matter. Oh, that guy was there, or I remember that incident. That's all. And we both share the same thought, so it's amazing. And just search those things out and know that it's amazing, even in your life. And your life is amazing too, no matter who you are. Everybody's life is amazing. So take that attitude, adopt it, and live it, and then things will change for you for the better, for sure. Brian Powell, I'm out.